digging into those questions that can feel really uncomfortable, I think, is the important work of the moment to make sure that you feel like you know who you are and what you stand for. Because I'm the one that hit the brick wall and didn't have those answers, right? Until I was forced to. And I think what I'd love to see for women now is make the choice to engage with that when you have the choice. Not when it's like slammed on you and you have to do it, you know?
Right. And I think that is such important work, and it's never ending. It requires so much like recalibration at the different phases of your life. Like I know when I left the classroom, when I first left teaching in a public high school, I was a high school English teacher. That was so my identity. And I went through a huge identity shift. And at the time, I also was going through a divorce. So it was, who am I if I'm not a teacher and I'm not a wife? And I had to like really reassess what makes me me. Like, what do I even care about? What are my values? And can I still care about education and how people learn if I'm not in the classroom? And what does that look like? And then becoming a mom later on, maybe shift and say, like, what do I care about? Does my calendar reflect what I care about? And how am I spending my time? And where am I putting my energy? And how am I spending my money? And is it reflective of my values? And all of that, I think, is super important. If you don't feel the push to do that now, to still engage with that conversation like you're saying, so that if and when the S hits the F, the S hits the fan, as they say, or you hit that brick wall like you're talking about. I call that the line in the sand moment, where it's like before times and after times, right? 100%. It's like you're a different person, and in some ways, because what you see is so different, but in other ways, it's the truest you've ever been.
Yes.
If you can find who that person is, again, underneath all those layers that we've put on ourselves.